gonna start doing some more customs now for the YouTube. I've got this black Air Force One. Just to start with, can everyone just go and like, subscribe, follow, whatever. I need to get that to that 1,000 subscriber mark, because it's been sitting there for like 2 years now and it's bumming me out, man. So, same old, the start of every shoot is we're gonna take the laces off and I'm gonna acetone the whole shoot to deglaze, to wipe off, or whatever you want to call it, the silicone coating on it that's from the factory. Now you need to get that off, because if you don't take off the silicone coating that's on here and you spray straight onto this, your paint's not going to stick, it's not going to adhere to it. And especially across here, you need to be extra careful that you're laying paint as sort of, I'd say, as thin as possible on the toe box, because as soon as you get them creases coming across here, the paint's going to stick to each other in the crease and pull it apart, and you're going to have just literally lines of black. It's inevitable anyway, but you just want to prolong it for at least a few wears, because remember, these are like, they're basically art pieces, depending how good you do them anyway, that is. But yeah, there, once you're all done with the acetoning, I must stress that you must make sure that you get into all these gaps if you're going to lay a lot of paint into them, because it will start flaking off and falling apart, the paint. So, de-dust all this now, get a nice brush, clean it up. I'm going to make some stencils now and we can begin. Alright, so what we're going to do, we're going to go with a rich brown toe box and the side panels. What I like to do is I like to mix in a little bit of this. This is for hobbyists who paint figures and planes and all those other sorts of things. This has got a little bit of butyl alcohol in it. Oh, pardon me, sorry. It contains some alcohol, isopropyl alcohol, which just makes this Angeles paint, just for the first coat, soak in to the surface just a little bit more than what it would do if I was just to paint this on its own. So I get that a little bit more of bonding actually into the leather, into the nubuck. So what I want to do is get this. These are great. You can buy these in bulk. I'll put a list down where you can get them. I think they've got them on Amazon. Just pipettes. So we just want to take a bit of that into there like that. And then I'm literally just going to pour this in. Just like so. Clean that. Make sure you keep your shit clean, because this stuff just fucking goes everywhere. Swearing again, bloody hell. Okay, so we've got that in there. Got your fingers already. Okay, you see it floating on the surface there. Let's give that a good shake up. And then there we have it. So now let me get one of my things. Now we can start setting up how we're gonna paint. I've got these brushes here. Soften them up. These will all be available on my site. And when I put the link in the link below. These are, 1 second. I can't remember what hair this is. I'll find out and tell you later, but it's these are really good. I've been using these for a while. Bought them in bulk. I'll put them on my website. So you can go and purchase them from there. So rage on that beat, going crazy. So that's them all coated up. Quite nice. So what I'm going to do is I've got this material here. This is some new stuff. This is Aura masking film 810. This is pretty expensive shit, really, this stuff. But I'm going to be changing from the black matte to this stuff. It's see-through as well. So you can basically line things up when you're taking them on and off of the projects that you're working on. So this will be the new stuff. I'll be changing this in the next couple of weeks. There won't be any black matte left on the site, so better quality. So, alright, let's continue with putting that on here, the LV. Alright, so what I like to do is just cut this stuff. You don't have to do it like this, but I can do it like this because I've got loads of stencil material, but I like to basically cut this way oversized. There you go. And get that semi lined up. It's pretty cool, this stuff, see through and that. And what I'll do is I will cut some of this off, but I'm going to use the other bits that overlap as a mask as well. And then we just start pushing this down. You see that? Yes, you can. You can see the bonding on this already straight away. It's so much better. So much better. Right, so once we've got it all basically in position, heat gun as usual. Just want to knock these edges in with a heat gun. Make sure that everything's as flat as possible. Make sure when you're using a heat gun that you get these edges pushed right down. So you see there, let's get it right under that edge there. If you don't get that stuck down there, that your paint when you're spraying will go under there and you'll get the overspray. Although instead of hitting it straight on when you're spraying, sometimes if you can't get them to stick, if you hit it from the opposing angle, you can sort of counteract where the paint's going, but just try and get it stuck as best as you can. Alright, so once this is all roughly stuck down, these all these extra little bits around here that aren't covered or masked up, I've got this stuff here. It's just automotive fine lining tape, and then what you want to do is just take small little bits of it just cut it out. You don't have to do this. This is just sort of what I do. I like to just try and keep things as crisp as I can. And any of the little spaces, you just want to whack a bit of this on. Shit. Oh, fuck that bit off. Yeah, that's the cross there like that. It don't matter if it's sticking up and over, as long as it's just blocking the shoe just from getting hit from the airbrush. Get it all out as close as you can. Bit of heat. That's a stick nice. Oh, shit. Use your little weeding tool, push that all down. Like, I won't be hitting it that direction when I spray this, so I'll be hitting it from here, so it will go onto there and miss going down, just to make sure that it don't bleed under. But I do it, the airbrush is very light coat, so I'll show you that when I'm painting. So yeah, let's just continue. Right, and then when we're done with all the masking up with the edges, I just like to wrap masking tape just around it in bits, just to give it a little bit of protection. Just like so. Don't need too much because I'll be spraying with low pressure anyway. Won't be blasting this out. I'll show you how to turn the pressure down on your airbrushes, because a lot of people I've been seeing on YouTube and other customizers, you're not turning your pressure down, so you're blasting out the paint from your airbrushes at full whack, something like, what is it, like 4-6 bar maybe. You need to come down to 2 bar, maybe a little bit lower, so you just get a nice consistent flow out. And then your airbrushes, or your airbrush compressor, you won't spray it out and it won't run out, and you'll get this spattering while your pump is still trying to pump up the pressure. And I noticed a lot of you do that. So, alright, let me just quickly do this and I'll continue. That's basically it. You know, really, I'm just showing this for the benefit of people that are trying to get their expertise up a little bit. But there you go, you can see that most of this is all taped up now and protected. With the low pressure, you'll be able to come quite close and just get enough paint out so you're not blasting it out so it fucking covers everything. You don't want that. But yeah, you can see there. I'll carry on because I've got to do these 2 panels and this shoe now, and then we'll go to the spray booth. And I've got to pick out every other bit here and put them on. I'll just quickly show you how we do this. So, good weeding tool. You want to just pick out your little bit, just like that. You want to line them up. Make sure it's in a decent position. Push it down, done. Same with all the other bits. Yeah, pull it off. Line it up. Hold it. And wait. And stick. Just like that. There you go. And just continue. Over the whole shoe. Alright, sweet. Alright, so I'm in the booth. I've got everything basically stuck down. As I'll move to each panel, any bits that are up, I'm just gonna hit them with the heat gun again and just stick them down ever so slightly. So let me just turn this fan up. So like we'll start at this front here. 1 minute. Here we go. Right, so I'm putting on straight up gold onto it. Shit. This is just a straight Neo from Iwata, standard. Does that job. Little moisture trap. I thought about showing you this stuff here now. I've got my setup. What I'll do is I'll do another video to show you all of that, so then you can get the drift a little bit better. I'm not gonna mix this up. I'm just gonna plonk this one straight on because I just want to dust it on the surface of the shoe. I don't need too much at the moment, I don't think. Alright. So I've got a little bit of tester here. As you can see, you go close, spreads. You want to get your distance right. And I've got this at 30 psi, so you know it's not coming out really thick. See that? Just barely see it, which is nice. And what I want to do is just dust it over this, because there is other graphics going over the top of this shoe. Bit of heat. As soon as it hits that heat on the shoe, it's gonna dry. So here we go. Don't know if you can see that it's going on. I just want it very gently put this on. I don't want it going on thick and spluttering everywhere, and you know, you just want to dust it. Coming at angles where you're not going down to where it can possibly go under. Keep it gentle. Not too thick. If you put it on really thick and you blast it on there, it's just going to bleed all under everything. I'll show you on other shoes when you're doing big areas, so you can stop any bleeding. There you see, just a nice dusting. And that's it for that, that's done. Don't want it any darker than that. Right, let me just blast the side panel. I've got some bits that need sticking down. I'm gonna do these as I go because it does peel, like, it doesn't fully stick because you've got stretching going on and it's just a murder to try and tape all of it. So we do them in sections. That's that bit. Make sure that's all stuck. sorry peeps, I got a little bit of a cold. It's probably fucking coronavirus or some shit. It's just snotty though, yeah? It's not chesty and mucusy. That's why I'm a little bit bunged up sounding. Oh, this is another thing I forgot about, that the tip dry. Remember to keep looking at the tip. Pardon me, sorry. Remember to keep looking at your tip, because you see that starts blocking it up. You need to just take that off. That's it, back to normal. All right. Okay. Stick that bit down and blast it. Spit in there. All right, so you can see how that works. So I'll show you that I'm wrapping upstairs, show you what it looks like. All right, we're back upstairs. Let's take a little look at this then. There is another way you could have done this. You could have painted the gold on, put these bits on in the position, then sprayed the brown or painted the brown on, but I don't do it that way because I like the effect of the airbrush, so it's like a lighter gold instead of a full-on painted gold. Alright, so now we'll just peel this back. I don't know if you can see it here. So you can see it's just dusted. There's no major overspray that I can see here. It's not too thick. If I was to put that on like loads of coats, you would have been really thick, and you would have had like, you would have felt the lines of where it had been painted. This way, it's not as thick, and you're not gonna. And on the toe box, the lighter the coats, you're not gonna actually get that peeling effect from the paint, and because look, you can't. Let me take some of this off 1 minute. If you look, you can't actually. I've seen people when they paint them really thick, and you can just see. Oh, this fucking camera! Like rough, thick edges. Like there's no edges there. It's just flat. You see? So yeah, that's the way I'll do it. And you get a nice, good, clean look. Right, let me do the rest and I'll show. Alright, so that's these done. You can see, oh shit, there's a little bit there. You can see that is really clean, man. Yeah, up to there. There's no physical lines that you can feel. Nice. So now I've got to do it all again with these, but what I'm going to try and do, I think I'm going to, because I've not used these stencils that I've just made, I'm going to make a stencil, a template around this for this, so I can transfer this over the top of this like that. Bam. And then this is going to be orange, same as that bit there on the side. So that is what I'm gonna do now. Alright.
Rage on that beat, going crazy.
Right, so this is some of the new transfer tape. I've been sending this out to people already, so some of you lot should have already got this. This is much better, this gear. This is proper transfer tape. The other stuff was a bit moody, man. But yeah, this is the gear. Proper transfer tape. So better paper, upgraded. Transfer paper, upgraded. So you're all, well, hopefully you should be able to do this a little bit better than you have been. Alright, sweet, let's continue, man. On pretty good, this stuff, you can't really see it either. So now I've got to dust this in white, and then it's gonna go in, where is the colour? Burnt orange. Oh, there it is. It's gonna go into this orange on there.
I have no idea what's going on with you.
Nothing is going on with me.
Well, I tried to turn.
I had to get a tight fit here because I'm gonna tape this around the edge, because I need this to be flat, and having it like this is just no good. All right, let's continue. Okay, so I've used this tape. This tape's great with the heat gun. If you just place it around the edge and heat it, it just sticks proper. I'd recommend this stuff. It's just an automotive orange fine line tape. And then now I'm gonna do these in each panel one by one, I think. I don't want to let this stuff stay on here for too long. It takes me a bit of time to put this on, so there you go, that's done. And I'll be out of the booth in a minute, and I'll just show you what I'm doing with the paint, with the spraying. A little close up.
What I need is for you to stay out of my business. I have everything under control.
It's really good. I've got that right on the line there. I don't know if you can see that. Just to stop it from getting on there, on these edges here. I know I could paint them if I do get stuff on it, but I'd rather not. Alright, cool. Alright. So we've masked all this up. You can see how I've done it. And in the airbrush I'm using Jacquard's opaque white. Great paint. I got it down to 30 psi, so you can just see, if you can see that. See how dusty that comes out? It's really light. That's as light as I want to start letting this come out onto the shoe. Here. Alright. So let's start. Take a little bit of this acrylic paint thinner. You can see the shoe there, it's all a bit of white on it, nice and thin. We're gonna fill this up with a nice bit of paint. Get this filled up nice, so we've got enough. And then we're gonna just whack in probably 3 drops. 3 drops. Give this a good mix up. Maybe put 1 more drop into that. 2 more drops. Yes, I do. Okay. All right. Let's test this out. Yeah, it flows really nice. I'll go close, I can get those really nice little lines. Okay. Let's continue. All right, here we go. Nice dusty coats on this. We build the coats up. Done. We're back in the upstairs studio. Hopefully there shouldn't be too much overspray with this, but let's go for it. Get it unwrapped.
Rage on that beat, going crazy.
Come out really nice. Not many touch-ups. Well, no touch-ups. There you go, you can see it. And you see it's all clean around the edges. And there's no, where the paint's not thick, if you look close, look, there's no thick edges, you see, where you, if you just spray really fine coats, you're not going to see any thick edges anywhere. So this is it. There we go. How about that? All right, now I've got to do the other shoe, and then on all of this we're putting Louis Vuitton over the whole lot with, it's going to be in a gunmetal or pewter. I'm going to put it in this colour. All right, let's continue. All right, so before we carry on doing the other stencils, I forgot I want to do, show you how to take this out. You need to hold this in a different position, but so for the camera I'm just doing a few. I've got one of these little tools, it's a blunt edge. And get under here cut every single one of these. Try not to cut this edge here, but just literally under cut all the way around. It goes. You can do this quite quick, it's not hard. Alright, so when we've done with this, you can see it's all the edges here. You can't really pull these out of here, but from the inside, if you can see in here, you've got these dangly bits. Now, if you grab one of these, you can see on the edge, you see them just popping away. You can just pull this out like that. That comes out. How it comes out. You've got all these bits here. If you go on the inside, just brush your hand along the inside, look, you can see them all disappearing. And then pull, pull, pull. You can just pull them all out. And they all just come off easy. These little low ones inside. There we go. See them just disappear. And all of that is on the inside. One more. And that is all of that done. So now I'm going to show you how to put the orange into this. Right, so we're here. I've got this. Took me ages to find this polyester bonded thread for there. This is from leather crafting thread. So you need one of these. The sewing all. Little groove down one side. So what you're going to do is start from the inside edge. You'll see that there's two close ones on the inside edge, and that's the start and the finish point. So what we want to do is through this way, we're going to go left round. So the first bit is I'm going to get this in here, push through. Now this first one, you can see, you want to pull it in, leave a nice long bit on the inside edge, just like that. And then we've got this bit here. So now, I'm not a full expert at this bit. I usually leave a little bit here. Next hole, straight through, come out. There's the bit there, you see that? Just want to grab that, pull that out. I'm doing it this way just to show you. So you've got the loop there. And just leave that there. And then we need the extra bit. This is the inside bit. This is 1 meter long, I think. Straight through. Now you're going to pull this one tight. At these first ones, you don't want to go full tight because you're going to pull everything through to start with. Like that. Leave a long bit. Now this is how we go. So you can do this with a machine, but this is for everyone that hasn't got a machine. Leave a little bit, same way, in. Grab that bit, pull it out. You've got your loop. Now this extra long piece through. You want to basically pull this. Okay, can you see? Let's zoom in a little bit. So get those two bits out of the way. You see it pulling tight, and you want to keep this on the inside. As if you pull it too tight, that little loop there is going to pop out, and you don't want that. So you want to get it there, little pull, just tight, and you're done. And then continue on with the next one. Right through, grab it, pull the loop out, through. It's a bit hard for me to do it because I'm holding it like this to show you. Usually I get it in a position that's suitable for me to do it. Pull it just tight, not too much, don't want it too much. There, done, in. You can if you want to do it like that. I don't recommend you do that. I'll just grab it, pull this out, leave yourself the little loop, straight in, pull it through, pull it down, pull it tight. Then you're left with that bit on the inside edge there, and then you've got that bit on the outside edge. So I don't think I'm going to be able to do a time lapse on this because I need to hold it in a certain position. But what I've done is I've done the other one already, so you can see how it comes out. Here's the start and finish. Looks pretty nice. That's it. And then on the inside, when you get to the end and you finish, you pull all four ends through. They're in there, like the original. And then you put your inner sole back in. Done. That's it. I will say when you're doing round the toe box, get one of these. It's a blunt edged one, because you're not going to be able to get your hand in there all the way to the bottom, and you're going to stab yourself up with the end of this sewing on. So when you go enter in the front, just pull it forwards, get this in there, hook it, pull it out, and then just pull this forwards, thread it through, and then just pull tight. I reckon this took me about 15 to 20 minutes to do all this, believe it or not, once you get the hang of it, because it's just like a process, in, out. So yeah,
Rage on that beat,
that's how this
gon'
works.
crave.